Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, finally we're back from vacation. I've not recorded a video for over a week at this setup, so no better way to start off with Starr. Starr just released this morning. I've been playing for a little bit, just kind of chilling, having fun, and then passed 100 trophies. We've recruited a couple of pro players to help us carry because Starr, I don't know, she feels okay, but then in some instances, I don't know, she lacks a lot of damage. And maybe there's just more explosive brawlers, especially without hypercharge. But let's just go through and test her out in terms of her star powers, gadgets, everything else. So, as you can see, the gadget that I got on is a very... it's going to take a while, I think, for everyone to discover how properly to use this gadget. I've used it for a few cases already. For example, like sending in your aggressive brawler, like a bull, Jackie or something, onto the enemies can be good. But the only problem is, I think, once people learn how to counter it, you can just run away. But then it gives you some good map control. I have to bear in mind, I didn't even know my nose was a little bit full. But we're just going to go speed running through this and just giving you guys my thoughts overall. So, in terms of her gadgets and sort of the gadget and star power that I'm using, I don't know. I tried the healing star power, but yeah, it doesn't really heal up that much. I guess it gives her another, I don't know, a bit more versatility, which I think this is one thing that people underrate with Starr. Again, when I first saw Starr, I thought, okay, she doesn't really have much damage. She just feels like a worse BB, if that makes sense. But I think after a couple of things within her kit, you know, she's got like a dash. She can ramp up damage pretty well with her star power, what I'm using right now. Her gadget again has some flexibility where you can use it to send people in. You can use it defensively as well. Think of it like a jump gadget. When Edgar's or Mortis's wants to jump onto me, I can pretty much just use my gadget and defend myself there. The other problem is if you use the gadget on the ball, your team can't pick up the ball, so you can't go ahead and score, which is very, very annoying. Another annoying thing about this meta in general is just every single game mode seems to have these flipping power-ups, so I can't avoid them. So it's either like play this or bounty, and I would rather play Brawl with the modifiers. So let's go in with our swing here. We can see 2,200 damage, 2,300 damage, and I just wanted to throw the gadget out there for no reason. Another good use case about this gadget is that you can use it like defensively and just use it literally to heal up or just reload some ammo. I mean, like, look at this. I can't do anything against Edgar. The problem is that I'm kind of thinking is she's just going to be this... I feel like she might be a brawler where she's kind of just okay at everything but the master of nothing. I don't know. There's a phrase for that, right? Where she'll just be like, she can be usable, but if you're thinking of a rank setting, is there going to be better assassins? Probably. I think the hypercharge is the thing that, like, surely by now, like, brawlers should be just released with hypercharges, because when you think about it, brawlers are competing, especially new ones, they're competing with buffy brawlers, they're competing with hypercharge brawlers. Literally, there's so many things that they're missing out on, which can definitely hurt them. It can definitely, like, alter your perception on whether you think one of the brawlers is going to be good or not. So, to be honest, I haven't really had many moments where I've absolutely, like, I've gone through the enemy team and I've team wiped, or I've made like some insane plays. Most of the plays that have happened have been through enabling my teammates to do much. So let's jump into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the next game then. So I am going to be playing one more game with this build and then switching over to test it out. I've tested the other gadget out a little bit. It's pretty slow, but you can teleport with it. So again, a little bit of versatility. But a lot of people were anticipating that Starr was going to be a pretty bad brawler in the game. Some people saying like F tier, some people saying C tier. I think my prediction, I was going to say like C or B tier. I just think she's going to be pretty balanced. But again, has some pretty good potential. So I don't know why these guys have given us a free win. I've had pretty much no free wins the entire time. And we're not really doing like a race to get like the first prestige. So some people are already at 2,600, which is absolutely insane. So I may as well just throw this Stamatis onto them right here. Also, make sure to check out Stamatis and Fielo in the description, because both of them are really good players. So yeah, any extra like clout you guys can give them, I'd really appreciate it. Both I think are like really good up and coming players, to be fair, really underrated. But this big dive charge is going to be pretty annoying to face off against, but she just gives us the ball. Okay, that didn't really count. So I'm going to actually switch builds here, because we know about this build, we know the power of it. So in terms of, did I explain the first star power? The star power that I was using there was basically every time that you swing, you get a 5% damage increase, which is okay, but I didn't actually notice it all that much. And then this star power, you can heal for, I think, 300 your teammates every time you shoot, which sounds good, but Starr Nova's reload speed is actually quite slow, and with I don't know, like, yeah, but like the healing's not really that impactful. But anyways, let's jump into the next one. All right, we're into the next game then. So as I was saying, the healing didn't really seem too impactful, but I reckon definitely in like a competitive setting, I like these kind of star powers where you can like flip between them, because at least with the healing, like, I don't know, you can see 324 healing, that's 600 per ammo. It's not a lot, but I don't know, it's still, look at this gadget. I guess you can teleport, which is cool, but it's so slow, and again, maybe predictable. But I think if it was faster, it would be too hard to counter, if that makes sense. Like, the teleport wouldn't really make too much sense. So yeah, any type of like assassin aggro I can kind of do decently against, but at the same time, if they catch me without my gadget or super or something, they're just gonna get a free kill no matter what, because Starr Nova just doesn't have the DPS to keep up. So now we're a couple of games away, and we can talk about like my final judgments on her. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, just a couple of games away from the Prestige 2. Then Prestige 2 really isn't difficult to get inside of Brawl Stars, really. But to get it this quickly, a lot of people are like, oh my god, how did you do this? But most of the time, I'm just the best player in the world, right? I'm just the best player in the world. Yeah, this gadget, I don't know. I think it might have some use case. I always think of these types of gadgets where you basically use it for zoning. Like, I don't know, but I think the damage that it deals is very, like, it's not noticeable. Like, you could just tank it at 1,600 damage. It reminds me of Is It Moira in Overwatch, but a lot less impactful, because you just throw out this gadget and then what, like 1,600 damage. It's not really all that much. So I'm going to use it to teleport in behind here, but I don't know, like the lack of damage makes it so I don't think you really want to go in and teleport behind most players unless they're weak. There's not really much point in teleporting behind them. Again, unless like you've preemptively popped your super and then you gadget in behind them. I guess that could be one good way. Okay, they just barely die there, but Stomatis can get the kill. I don't know, like, I really like most brawlers that I play. I feel like when I first play them, you get some good damage stats, or you end up carrying like a couple of games. But Starr Nova is one of them where I'm just struggling to really do just that. So I'm going to teleport here on, because these guys are pretty squishy. The good thing is about Starr Nova's main attack is that it pierces through players, and it's really easy to hit. So that is the big positive there with Starr Nova. So final game here. Let's talk about where I think she's going to land inside of the meta then. So personally, yeah, we're 2 trophies away. Personally, I think she's going to be B, C tier. I'm thinking C tier in the meta. Maybe even lower C tier. I don't know. It's pretty hard, especially when it's just modifiers everywhere. There's no ranked. It's hard to come up with a solid opinion on a brawler that might take a little bit longer for people to get used to how to play them, how to play against them. Again, like, by no means I'm saying she's going to be like Kaze, for example. Kaze is always the one where I'm like, okay, well, we really underestimated and didn't understand how to play Kaze, but Starr Nova isn't as complex as Kaze. I don't think that Starr Nova has the potential. Like, at least with Kaze, there's a lot of super damage. Like, her main attack fan could deal a lot of damage. Starr Nova, I'm just not really noticing impact, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I was gonna try and gadget away there. I feel like so many brawlers just have so much health and they're just running at me. But again, maybe in ranks, if you're pairing it with a damage dealer, which you normally are, it's gonna be great. But I think the thing that's going to keep her, well, that might make her a stronger brawler than people realize, is the gadget. I think maybe if there's a way to really abuse the gadget, again, like, it's pretty difficult the first day fully understanding the best ways to abuse it. But like I said, if there's some like broken strategy, I don't know, with Brawl or some other brawler, and you just literally cannot stop it, then maybe this brawler becomes a top tier meta brawler. I think that's probably the way I think that she might shine here. So I'm just going to go super onto the Frank and steal as much damage as possible here. There we go. I mean, even with this, oh no, we're using the heal star power. I was going to say, even with the damage star power, I don't think we're really going to deal with that much meaningful damage. So again, I want to try and stay, it's like the longest game I've had, by the way, but I want to stay away from these power-ups because I want to try out Starr Nova, of course I do. So here we can probably super on, and that's going to be the final game. So yeah, to be honest, I'm left a little bit underwhelmed, but that's good. We don't want another Damien situation. It's definitely not going to be another Damien situation, which is great. I think the main problem now with ladder is actually the power-ups. Just trying to find a game mode to play without the power-ups. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Again, I think she's pretty balanced, or maybe a little bit on the weaker side. Actually, I don't think she's on the weaker side. I'm going to say B tier. I'm going to say B tier because I think her flying gadget will have some insane potential. I could be wrong, but at least she's not completely unusable or completely OP. So I think she's somewhere in the middle. Absolutely. So that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.